To create a watermark, I would suggest making a file that is about 1500 pixels on both sides at 72 dpi, and whenever you're creating a brush, Photoshop really looks at it just in grayscale anyway, so you might as well change the color mode to grayscale. I've set up a file here to give you an example of a watermark that's a little more complex than just a single word. In Photoshop, if I opened an image that I got off the internet and all it had was a single word on it, it would take me very little time to actually get rid of that and completely make that photo look like it never had a watermark on it. If you have something a little more complex, it's much more difficult to remove. So when you're creating a watermark, you should keep in mind that anything that is solid black will be very easy to select from an image and get rid of. So everything I would suggest is do it somewhere in the gray areas. The more gray it is, the more solid it will look. If it's white or sort of light colored, it'll be a lot more transparent. In my opinion, a good watermark would have the name of either the company or the person, a email or a website that somebody could contact them at to gain access to that image, whether it be through purchasing or by arrangement, and then maybe even the copyright for what year that was. So definitely a copyright symbol would be a good thing to put on here. On a Mac, to type a copyright symbol is is option G will give you a copyright symbol. On a PC, it's a little more tricky. You hold down Alt and then you have to type in 0169 on the number pad. Apparently it won't work so great if it's up on the normal keyboard. I'm going by hearsay. I read it somewhere. You'll have to try it out to see if that works, because I don't actually have a PC at my disposal. So bottom line, if you can make a slightly complicated image, you're more likely to protect whatever you're stamping from theft, because it will be difficult to remove that in Photoshop from whatever your image or graphic is. You might notice I've filled my 1500 by 1500 pixel canvas only from side to side. I haven't necessarily tried to fill it entirely up from top to bottom, and that's okay. Let's make this into a brush. Go to Edit menu and choose a Define Brush Preset, and give it a name. So this one is Watermark or Waterworks Watermark. And if you grab your brush tool by hitting B and scroll all the way down, you'll notice that it is now at the bottom of your brushes. Let's test it out. So I've got this brush. I'm going to head over here to where I have a image open. This is a fairly good sized photo. It would print out at 300 dpi, about 8 by 12, and it's about 34 inches wide and 72 dpi. So I'm going to grab white as my color of choice and then just stamp out here on the image. My brush's opacity is set to 100%, but because I created that image with a lot of grays in it, all of this white is a little bit transparent, and this image would be really hard for even a really experienced Photoshopper like me to extract from that background. Let me show you why we don't create watermarks that are 100% solid. I'm just going to grab my type tool and do something like this. And then I'm going to, after I've typed this, I'm merging it down by hitting Command E, so now it's just part of this background layer. The reason a solid watermark is terrible is it's really easy to select. So you're kind of trying to make something that's difficult to select. Let me show you the feature that is the bane of people trying to protect their images. So if I select this area and then make sure I got all the pixels, so I'm going to expand by 2. there's such a thing as content aware fill, and you can access that anytime by hitting Shift, Delete, and it'll pop open the fill window and you can change it to content aware. It's like the most super smart clone stamp thing ever, and when I hit OK, unless something goes terribly wrong, it will pretty much delete that word and fill it in from all the way around it. So I didn't hit undo or anything, I just used that content aware fill, and that awesome watermark was totally gone. So that's why we use transparency and images that are a little bit complex. Going back to our actual watermark, we need to save this brush as a watermark set so that I can email it to somebody or load it on another computer. So grab your brush, and then in the brush presets window, click on the top right little corner that gets you the drop down and go to Preset Manager. To save off a brush set, I would select the brushes I want to be in that set. In this case, it's only one. If I wanted to choose more, I would hold Command and click on More. But then I have to say Save Set, and you pick a location and name it. And once you've saved that, it is now a file that you could upload to any computer, or one that you could give to somebody else or email. It's a really small file, so you can do a lot with it. Before I sign off on this, let me just show you, if you do put a graphic on yours like I've done on mine, the quick easy way to make that not be 100% black is to just lower the opacity of the layer if it's in the background, or if you need it to be 100% opaque in as far as your layers go, you can lighten it up by going to Edit, nope, not Edit, Image, Adjustments, Levels, and down in Output Levels, grab that black slider and move it to the right, and that will lighten everything overall. And that's how you make a watermark stamp.